and try to create an economic advantage. 2 turrets down and all those barracks in the way. So basically, I think Flash is pretty secure against this harass. Maybe Savior can come around and go out at the secondary. It looks like he's going to try to pick out, just kind of pick out the supply depots and pull back. He's still dedicating to Mutalisks, and really I feel like he needs to get some lurkers on the ground, or maybe even shove up to plant down that 3rd hatchery and immediately go to hive tech. That science facility is going up, and I think Flash is just assuming at this point that he in fact has lurkers, which is why he's immediately going to go to the science facility, get irradiate, get the a bunker going down, interestingly enough. So he's worried about a large force push from Savior, and Savior I don't think really has that large force push. He just has those Mutalisks, has a couple Zerglings otherwise. Looks like he does have an Overlord in the upper left hand corner. I'm not sure if he's actually building something there, and just 2 turrets protecting those barracks, and as you can see at that expansion, a ton of turrets down, so nothing going to happen there. So Savior just totally stymied here with that Mutalisk harass. In the meantime, yeah, he's going to put down another hatchery. Really, I would hope he would immediately go into hive tech, and here comes Flash. Flash is basically, looks like he's going to have his science vessel meet him en route, and just kind of use the comsat in the meantime, and he's going to have plenty of radiate to deal with any upper level tech that excuse me, that Flash, I'm sorry, that Savior might have. And yeah, there's that science vessel getting caught a little out in the open, but going to be able to camp over by that bunker. Losing that science vessel, that was very costly. Very good micromanagement by Savior, a little careless by Flash, and you can tell Flash is a little pissed about that. Kind of pushing up those Marines with a little. He really wanted to catch some of those Mutalisks, but not able to. Looks like Savior is expanding in the upper left-hand corner. Has some lurkers out. I would assume that he has lurker tech at this point. And maybe we'll see those in the near future. In the meantime, still dedicating. He's just trying to keep Flash in his base at this point, realizing he's going to pick off just a couple Marines here, and it looks like, wow, Flash is not even bothering with medics. And my guess is maybe after Armor 1, he'll start pushing up Armor 1, Weapons 1, Evolution Chamber going down. I think Savior realized that was kind of the position. More science vessels coming out, and really, as soon as these Mutalisks aren't able to inflict as much damage, which I think is basically right now, I'd like to. Yeah, you can see them. They've got Weapons 1 right now. They don't have Armor 1, but I would expect Armor 1 shortly, and the science vessels. And Savior's still trying to pick out some of the supply depots to harass Flash a little bit, and now starting to push up. And wow, yeah, science vessel down. He's going to try to protect it over those with those Medican Marines, and Scourges up in the air. That's what Savior really needs to do. He has the Scourges up in the air, but really it's going to be difficult with just that small amount of lurkers, links, and ouch, irradiate right in that grouping, and having difficulty pulling all the Mutalisks away. That's a lot of damage to those Mutalisks. In the meantime, they're kind of ungathered. That Mutalisk did a lot of damage right there, and those Ling's going to try to swing around. I'm not sure where Flash is going. I think he knows. He might be going for the Jugular, might be going for the main. He also might be going for that upper left-hand corner. Savior's a bit spread out, and now just all sorts of barracks down, just starting to pump units out. Savior flanking both that grouping by Flash. He's just going to go around both directions, going to move his units entirely around, go for an attack on Flash's main, but it's not going to be very successful, in my opinion, simply because you can see all those forces down. There's going to be a lot of forces reinforcing, but you never know. This is Savior. Savior burrowing those lurkers, but that science vessel's right there. Radiate going down on one of them, and it looks like Savior has managed to open up, but still another bunker down. Still, lurkers are still up. Only 3 left. And that's wide open. That upper left-hand expansion is wide open for Savior. That's second Scourge going down, and really nothing stopping that. I'm not sure if Flash had it scouted out. All those lurks are now taken care of. And that was a lot of forces for Savior. I think that was kind of, I'm not going to say it's a do-or-die maneuver, but really he lost all those lurks, and it's going to be difficult for him to fight off an attack should Savior push up. But it looks like Savior, I'm surprised he's being a little indecisive here. He's not deciding whether he's going for the main or that expansion in the upper left-hand corner. He's really camping the troops in between. Maybe he's trying to secure another expansion of his own, but I really don't feel like he needs to. He's already got kind of the 2 expansions. He's really pumping a lot of troops at this point, and he's acting like he's gathering up for kind of that final death blow, really not sparing any resource to kind of save up for another expansion. Here comes the attack on that upper left-hand corner, and that's going to go down almost instantly. And you can see another large group, and also that science facility floating out. So I'd like to see actually what Flash's upgrades are at this point. I would assume he has Armor 1 by now. And I'd also like to see what kind of Savior's upgrades are at. Really, the Medic Marine combo, this is going to be difficult. And now upgrading to Hive Tech, that's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to get Dark Swarm so he can kind of fend this off. Maybe even Plague. In fact, might even forego Dark Swarm for Plague, simply because that's a huge amount of Medics and Marines, and they're going to have to be grouped up to basically push up that ramp. But Savior looks like he's going to try to take this force to the north out so he can take another expansion, really. And not doing a very good job of pinning those Medics and Marines in, as you can see. Whenever, little bit of training lesson here for you guys who are thinking about playing Brood War again. Whenever you have, basically when you have that Medic and Marine force, you need to, and you're a Zerg player trying to attack them, you need to get around them, you need to block them in so they're forced to stay in that lurker line. Because if they're not, they're just going to pull back and keep pulling back, and every time you unburrow, they'll come up and attack. And Savior instead going for that bottom left-hand corner. I like that maneuver because basically he's going to turn his attack into his defense. If he can keep attacking into Flash's forces at the basically at his main, he's never going to have an opportunity to take that expansion at that bottom left-hand corner. You can see his forces starting to sweep around, catching. It looks like he's going to catch one of Flash's forces out in the open. That's really a good spot more for Flash than it is a good spot, a good catch for Flash. He's going to know these troops are kind of out in the open. Now starting to push out with that wow, huge force. He has 2-2 upgrades, and I'm not sure. Again, what Savior's at, flooding those troops kind of across that area. Alert getting caught out in the open, going to die there, and you can see Savior's forces look just kind of like a small blip on the map compared to the huge amount of forces and those indomitable science vessels. Managed to take out one of the science vessels, and that's an extremely important maneuver at this point. But just a big force for Savior on all fronts, and Savior really has, or a big force for Flash on all fronts, and Savior has to be very careful. He has to somehow pick out those science vessels, and wow, they're out in the open. Wow, Flash loses another one, being very careless with that, and Savior could come back and win this match if Flash continues to be careless with those science vessels. But as you can see, Savior looking a little more stressed out. A dropship, 3 dropships out in the open. Looks like one of them's going to be taken out by these, wow, actually dumping Medic Marines there, managing to save it, maybe managing to basically... wow, a lot of fire bats out. So this and losing another science vessel. Savior doing everything he needs to, and I hope he has Plague. I hope he has Dark Swarm, because otherwise this is just too large a front. Going to drop up on the main with a large Medic Marine force. It looks like Savior's troops are caught out in the back. And ouch! I think that's going to be GG right there. And defensive matrix on one of those Marines, and those lurks scrambling, trying to get back to the basically back, and kind of troops coming from both directions. But I would expect a push, and just going to ferry. Actually, he's just going to ferry all these troops up. I'm surprised he actually didn't do a pincer attack and immediately take the front. But being a little careless, though, allowing those lurkers to take out a lot of the Medic Marines. Savior, in the meantime, going with an aggressive attack, going to take out an expansion of Flashes. But really, I think this is a little more costly to Savior than it is to Flash. He's losing that expansion. Savior losing that expansion in the bottom left-hand corner. He did have that Defiler Mound out, but I don't think it's going to be successful. Now all Flash really needs to do is defend his front door, and that'll be it. He's already got the Spire down. He's starting to take down that Defiler Mound. It looks like he is going to be successful. Oh, wow. Lost 3 lurkers there before they could even come up and get sunk. That's the 4th, 5th, and that's all. That's going to be GG right there. Good effort by Savior, but again, I really feel like this map is just harsh to Zerg versus Terran. Feel free to argue with me in that regard. But looks like Flash is 2-1 in his grouping. We'll see him further down the line. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that commentary. This has been another commentary by Diggity. Check out Mole Trap, check out Clazer. I'll talk to you guys later.